Yeah.
Hey guys, what's up? This is the first episode of Wrastletalk with me, your host, Chris Hansbrough, and joining me, as always, will be Sergio Talavera.
Hey, you
How
got
you
it
doing,
right.
man?
Nice. Got it right on the first try. I'm doing all right.
It's almost like I'm fluent in Spanish.
Are you?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I understand every word of it, but like we could actually do this in the most interesting way and have you speak Spanish the whole time and me English. But that would
No.
fuck everyone's heads up.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I prefer to speak English,
Yeah.
to be fair.
So what are we gonna do? We just got done watching NXT. What'd you think of this week's show?
I liked it. I like NXT. NXT is pretty much the better part of the product that they have going right now. Um, I am getting tired of not getting tired, but I'm seeing where some complaints are coming from to specific wrestlers at NXT. But we'll, we'll
Like
get we'll
who's
get to that when we get to that.
okay? We'll do that. Okay. I mean, the show started with the title match with Bailey and Charlotte, which was pretty darn great,
Hmm.
especially since it looked like at the end Charlotte botched her finisher in a way that
And it still
actually
looked
made
more
it
ridiculous, yeah.
look more painful, like her entire weight going down on Bailey's back, smashing her forward, rather than the weird cutter.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
I I think I prefer it that way. I don't really like the that finisher. What's it called? Natural selection. I don't really like.
natural selection now. It
Yeah.
used to be bow down to the queen, which is just way the
Way too
hell
long.
too
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what did you think of that match? It was pretty darn good, right?
Excuse me. It's a good match. It's a good match. Bailey and Charlotte work really well together. Especially the fact that like they're both agile, but you can still see that like Bailey is the faster one, the one that with like more what is the word I'm looking for? More fluidity around the ring, whereas Charlotte has like the more technical, more strength based kind of stuff. So it works really well.
Yeah, the two of them work super well together, and like the fact that like almost every time Bailey pins Charlotte, Charlotte just kicks out at one because
Mhm.
hey, she's that much stronger. It's
Mhm.
her strength level is hey, I'm the strong person, you are the small girl who just has a ton of heart, and it's great to watch.
And
And
who's
the
going to
way
hug
she
you?
just fucking brutalized her leg in this match,
Yeah.
it was 8 minutes of just
That was
twisting the leg.
that was ever so slightly painful to watch.
Yeah.
Especially that time that where she had her like on the mat for like 2 minutes straight, pretty much, with her leg like perpendicular to the fucking match or to the mat. It was mm, mm.
That was painful to watch. It is. That was. Whew. I mean, my biggest problem with that match was later on when Bailey was like got Charlotte in the corner and is just rolling back and then kind of selling the leg, but then bum rushing the corner again, and it's like, no, you got to keep selling it.
Yeah, yeah,
You can't bum rush the corner. You got to limp into it a little slower than you normally would. I mean, it's sort of like I'll use the best example of that recently was what a few weeks, what a couple months ago when it was Rusev and the big man,
swagger.
yeah, and Swagger going at it, and Rusev just selling his ankle injury for 2 straight days and constantly, hey, my ankle really, 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 really hurts.
Yeah,
It's that's the kind of thing you got to do. You can't just John Cena your way through everything.
yep. But that's why it's developmental.
Yeah,
You get that kind of stuff, which is if we had like 3 hours to talk about it, I would talk about how these wrestlers work really well in developmental, and then creative gets a hold of them, and they get fucked. Like, fucked horribly.
I felt
Yeah,
bad saying it a while back, but God, as soon as Vince is gone and Trips is fully in charge, the WWE is going to be heaven. Like
I'm still not convinced.
this week's Raw kind of felt like what the WWE could be in that it was legitimately funny.
Yep,
But
it
we'll
was
talk about
legitimately funny.
yeah, we'll talk about that later when we get to it. But one of the things about the match that I really liked is I still really like Jason Albert on commentary.
Yep,
Like I really like that guy, and Alex Riley is the fucking worst.
yep,
He's
yep.
trying to do heel commentary, but it's like it's trying too hard.
Yeah.
Almost, I actually kind of liked him on the pre-shows they used to do, but on commentary, it's like, no, she's terrible, Albert. Hey, she doesn't deserve anything. It's like,
All she wants to do
right,
is hug. You can't hug people in the WWE. Shut up, Alex Riley. Shut the
yeah,
fuck up.
yeah. It's God. It just Alex Riley is the worst, and that. But you open with a really good match, and then you go on to Hideo Itami facing just getting brutalized by the Ascension. And
Hmm.
I gotta say, I was super happy with that because the Ascension finally have a character. They're big, angry dudes who were really mad at this new guy coming in and taking away the spotlight. But they're
Hmm.
big and angry and actually intimidating and scary all of a sudden, when before it was just, hey, these guys can beat some two random local wrestlers. Congratulations on taking out local talent.
Hmm.
It's I like them having a character. What did you think of that about that segment?
Um, it was it was a like squash segment to say like, hey, here's that the Ascension's gonna be in for a little while. I thought the Ascension was going to get called up because that's usually what happens when you're in NXT and you lose your title. Or well, you're in NXT and you like have a long title reign and then you lose your title. You go up, aka Bo Dallas, but yeah, or
And
Big E,
Paige.
or Paige, or Reigns, Rollins, and Ambrose.
Yep.
So
The Wyatts.
the Alliance. Yep.
Yeah.
So I thought the Ascension was gonna debut on Raw. Go up against Stardust and Goldust, all that nonsense. You know, like pit two heel teams against each other. Crazy motherfuckers that are talking about the cosmic key or whatever, and then dudes talking about evolution and being like the best there is in humanity and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, the cosmic space alien guys
The Pharaoh people,
and the guys who wear Egyptian symbols and are the Illuminati.
basically. Yes.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they're getting. I'm also pretty sure Sami Zayn is getting called up pretty damn soon since he's wrestling tons of dark matches.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad they would get called up without first being the NXT champion.
Oh, I
I
think he's going to be down in NXT for a long. Like that's the thing is, I think a lot of these guys are going to continue being down in NXT even when they get called up, just because they're such a key element of the product.
Yeah,
And I think
of
once
NXT.
those guys get called up, it's going to be like Sami Zayn, Devitt, Hideo Itami. Sorry, what's Devitt's new name?
Finn Balor.
Yes, Finn
You
Balor.
can't you can't get more fucking Irish than that. Like
You, I didn't think you could get more
more
Irish
Irish
than
than Devitt Fergal, but apparently you
Virgil
can.
Devitt. But now for it's
Apparently you
pretty darn great.
Yeah, apparently you freaking can. We'll see what
Well,
they rebrand Kevin Steen as.
that'll be interesting to see. Like But I like that they're kind of giving these guys interesting names.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
that aren't just, hey, he's a total Japanese stereotype, and
Yep.
hey, he's Irish McFincool, and he's gonna run around as as a big leprechaun and hang out with Hornswoggle. No, they're actually. God, I can't wait till the next set of tapings. I got spoiled on it. I won't.
Yep.
Till those start airing, I won't spoil it. But oh my God, I can't wait. I'm ridiculously excited about that. And moving on, because we got to do that.
Mhm.
Uh, Baron Corbin came out in his sexy wolf jacket and motorcycle noises
Mhm.
and destroyed a guy.
Some random local talent. Yep.
And
Who kind of looked like Johnny Cage with more hair.
a little bit.
I was like, hey,
And
look, it's Johnny Cage. When did I start watching VGCW?
yeah, it's Johnny. It would have been better if he was facing Hideo Itami.
Yep.
But God, just his finisher is brutal.
Yeah.
It's just a big tattooed dude who looks scary as hell
hmm
and
I
comes
wish he
out
didn't
in
wrestle in wrestling pants. Cause like, oh hey, look, here's the jacket that does not combine in any way, shape, or form with your spandex.
here's the wrestle pants.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoy.
Yep.
What a
Yep.
good thing. Uh, and then there was okay, what? Yeah. Then we moved on to my favorite part of the night, which was I am sorry, I love the vaudevillains. They are the best.
They're great. They're great. I thought Aiden English was really cool when he was by himself. It took me a while to warm up to like there's a vaudevillain strongman here. Like, who the
It's the
fuck is this dude? But then when people started doing the manly chants and the like counter "you're not manly" chants, that's the greatest. That is the
I
greatest. I'm like,
I
yep,
love the
that's it.
NXT crowd. I think they
Yep.
like during that main event when half of them were chanting "Go Go" for Tyson
Yeah.
Kidd, and the other half like "Fuck you, Tyson." It's great.
Yep. Yep.
But no, I loved watching. I just really enjoyed that match just because Jason Jordan and Ty Dillinger are not great, but that point where they started doing the pose off and
Mhm.
Ty Dillinger just starts ripple nips.
Yep.
I'm sorry, that just really entertained me for some reason.
It was funny. It was funny, and I like the very beginning with the "put your dukes up" chant. That was pretty great.
Oh boy, the NXT crowd. And then,
Yep.
of course, you closed it off with that, okay, Sasha Banks attacking Bayley and
Mhm.
Tyson Kidd being God, he's such a good heel over there.
Mhm.
And then that match was freaking great.
Okay, tell me you did not think that Tyson Kidd broke his fucking neck after that friggin' power bomb. I
Holy
looked at that.
shit!
I looked at the friggin' spinning whatever you call that shit. I'm just like, no.
Which
What the
one?
hell?
He took two
The
brutal
one in the very
bombs in that
center of
match.
the one in the very center of the ring where it's like the flip over power bomb.
Oh, the good God! Yeah, when he what? Which one? The one right out of the superplex lands on frickin' he flips out of a superplex, lands on his feet, and then nails Tyson Kidd with an epic, huge power bomb.
Yeah, that one.
Good God, that was
Like it
that,
looked like he landed on his neck pretty ridiculously. I'm like, oh Jesus.
and not just that, like a huge power bomb out of that submission.
Yep, yep.
I really like Neville, and I don't think he's long for NXT before he gets called up.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
And speaking of Neville, like, have you heard the criticisms that he's like NXT's Cena? You heard those?
he's had the title for like 3 months,
Yeah. I'm like,
for
really?
for
Three
like
months? Are you?
for like 8 months actually, but
That's right, 8. Yeah.
it's it's an hour-long show. Like, why? How is he Cena? He actually
That is a
did heelish
criticism.
things during the four-way
Yeah,
day
that is a
during that
criticism
four-way.
I've heard that some people believe that he is NXT's Cena right now. That he like you can't beat him in any way, shape, or form.
Like,
And I'm
he
like,
actually nailed a really good transitional move to set up his finisher,
mm-hmm,
which is really nice. I mean, that's the same thing with Bayley in that first match where she uses a neck breaker to set up her finisher, where before it was just like this contrived, now I'm kneeling. And
yeah.
so it's like actual transition into it was great. And I don't get that because, like, at least the Fatal Four Way, he had to do some dirty ass shit to keep his title, and
Mm-hmm.
nah, I can't Cena the comparison. I can't see it.
A terrible pun. A
I'm
terrible.
sorry.
Oh man.
I'm the worst.
Yeah. No. I don't know. I don't understand the criticism. I don't get it. But hey, people. Some people have it. Like it's one of those things where I very much so agree with one of the things that Triple H has like stated publicly about the like internet wrestling community. There's so much like, oh hey this guy, and then nope. Hey this
As
guy,
soon as that guy gets popular,
yeah.
actually
Hey
gets
this guy, and
pushed,
then nope.
fuck that guy. They're pushing him too hard.
Yeah.
It's the worst. It's like, yeah, okay, I can see the complaint with Reigns because he's not totally ready, but he's still pretty good
Mhm.
when he's with Orton. Like, him and Orton worked super well together. Orton was really good at making him
Means
old.
having that means having Orton in the title picture, which is something I don't fucking want ever
I,
again.
I'm sorry, I want Orton in the title picture because I want a return of murderous, just fucking destroy everyone Randy Orton. The legend killer, I just like destroying people. I miss, like, brutal
He's
heel
so
Randy
bland.
Orton.
He's so bland.
He's so good. I will fight you
He's
on this.
He is just so bland, dude. Like he is blander than Cena. He
No,
is
he is
blander than
not.
Cena, and Cena is one dimensional, and being blander than Cena is just you can't like. There's a difference between being a heel and like just ignoring everything to where when you come down to the ring and you're in vignettes and shit, you look like you do not want to be there. You look so fucking disinterested in everything you're doing, even when you're on the mic. And
That's
that's what
his
Randy Orton looks like.
that's his thing right now, and that's what the Randy Orton I want to get rid of, and that's why I'm liking that they're starting to shift him back towards the just he's getting pissed off. It is only a matter of time before he turns around and just RKO's the fuck out of Triple H and starts destroying
It's
everyone.
more likely going to be Kane, but no, it probably would be Triple H because Kane's or the storyline is more. There's like the opening of the door where like they're both kind of getting fed up with H and fucking Stephanie.
God,
But then that opens the door for the cruiserweight police.
God, I love that. So we got to move on to Raw because that was the best Raw in a long time.
It was a great
It,
Raw.
I think my thing was I wrote about it a little
Oh
bit
shit,
in
Baron Corbin's coming.
Baron Corbin. Oh shit. Is that what? It was funny and legitimately funny, and not in a Vince McMahon. Let's throw in some really creepy jokes and perverted stuff and some poop jokes.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny in a not childish way, even though there was a pretty blatant dildo joke in there.
Yeah.
Dildo coming out.
Yeah.
But, God, that whole thing was just Like once he brought out that it's a razor blade, I burst out laughing because the whole thing built to it with just all this ridiculous bullshit with Dean Ambrose.
Hmm.
Oh God! But like opening the show with it's a Chicago crowd, so it's the fucking worst.
Hmm.
And Stephanie McMahon immediately comes out and takes 5 seconds to shut them down for the whole night.
I like how
Because
the NXT crowd has even shut people up about it at this point. Like
yeah,
the NXT crowd is be like, somebody starts to CM Punk chant, they're like, "Shut the fuck up! Like you're done. You're done, son.
oh
No,
God,
no
that
more of that."
at Takeover when they tried to start that, it just got shut down in half a second.
Hmm.
So great. But like tonight, it's Stephanie McMahon is the best at being just this evil. She's better than her dad at being her dad.
Yeah. I mean, it's gotten there. Like, cause Vince McMahon was like, he started doing it, and it's like, all right, he's Vince McMahon. Fuck this shit. Like, we hate Vince McMahon. Fucked it. Like, Stephanie was like, man, it's Stephanie. This is weird. Man, fuck Stephanie. What the fuck this bitch. Like, that's the like the gradual, like, it
It,
was a gradual thing.
her explosion of holy shit, what the hell is going on, and where did you learn to do this? Not
Hmm.
just that, but like her and Triple H when they come out and they're all like lovey-dovey looking at each other and like just the whole you hate them both so much even though everything they say is completely true.
Hmm.
Like when they came out, the first thing they said was, "Yeah, you know why you're doing that? Because you're all a bunch of quitters too." Good. Like everything she said was 100% true about CM Punk.
Yeah.
And I love Punk, but
Yeah, me too. But I'm one of those people who has like the firm belief, and obviously for whoever's watching this, we don't actually like. I'm not saying that if I was in the same uh position as Punk and saw something that I didn't like, I wouldn't have walked out. But I'm one of those people who has a firm belief that if you want to change something, you got to change it from the inside. You can't change it from the outside. The outside is basically throwing rocks at plexiglass. It ain't gonna help.
yeah, it like like him quitting was so disappointing.
I
But
take I take these off.
with him gone, do you think Ambrose would be in the position he's in now?
No,
No,
not even Daniel Bryan.
no, like Ambrose is the best thing to happen to that show in so long. Like everything with him tonight, and the little cruiserweight division that seeing Nitro in them, God,
Yeah.
it's so good seeing those guys. I'm just sad we didn't get to also see Finlay
Yep.
because he loves to fight.
And he's also a road agent.
Yeah, it just I love the use of the road agents as the new Stooges, and
Yep.
it's God, I just that entertained me so much. And then
Yep.
God, I laughed at a fucking Nickelodeon joke.
Yep. I said that the entire time.
It's
We're
like you
skipping
can't
through.
say that on television, man.
Yeah. We're skipping through. Let's actually go through it
Okay,
because like we're actually going through shit and I was like,
we're
oh,
going through it too fast. But
yeah.
let's get to the actual action a little bit.
Mhm.
Uh, with that first match, that triple threat was good. God, those guys can put on a show.
Mhm.
The Miz
Well,
is
it's
the
the Miz.
best.
No, he's not.
Fuck you, man. The
The
Miz is
Miz.
the best.
The Miz got dragged kicking and screaming into a 4-star match by one Antonio Cesaro and one Dolph Ziggler.
The
They had
Miz
to
has
grab
been
him
hot
by the
fire
ankle.
this last like month since he took on this character, and frickin' good God, I
No,
am
the Miz has
finally
not
they
been
took
on fire. The Miz has not been
finally
on
they
fire.
took
It's
no.
Damien Sandow who has been on fire.
I'm sorry.
Damien Sandow is the best part of this fucking gimmick.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And I'm
So like
sorry. This
when the
gimmick has to.
sidekick is better than the person who's supposed to be the gimmick, there's something wrong there.
No,
When Robin is better than fucking Batman, there's something wrong there.
it just means somebody shitty is writing the book. The Miz is great right now. I love him coming out in his dumb clothes. I
In his
love
Assassin's
Damien
Creed coat.
Sandow mimicking everything behind him. Like, whenever he's talking, Damien Sandow is just back there doing the same. And it's great. But,
That's because Damien Sandow is great. Like,
yes,
that's the whole
his whole
point. Damien Sandow is the best part of that whole, like, really stupid gimmick.
this whole storyline had better fucking end with him with the Intercontinental title. It needs to. There's no other place it could properly go.
True, true.
Like,
Also, can we talk about Cesaro's shitty fucking music? Like,
oh, you mean
dear
the air
God,
raid sirens and
dear God. Like, this is fine. Like, the like, him doing the artillery thing, cool. That's great. I love that. The air raid sirens are fucking dumb. Go back to the fucking Swedish rap from, like, 2 years ago. That one was cool. This is fucking stupid. This is really stupid. And you know when it got fucked? When someone who did not need a mouthpiece got stuck with Paul fucking Heyman.
who's the best, but when he was with Cesaro, that made no sense.
Yeah, Cesaro doesn't need a mouthpiece. And one Ryu89, friend of the show, kept telling me, no, we're gonna fucking, it's great because he's a Paul Heyman guy and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, but he doesn't need a mouthpiece. You put Paul Heyman with someone who needs a mouthpiece, like Brock Lesnar, because he can't fucking talk.
That's the whole thing that bugged me about that whole thing was Cesaro's whole story was about Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
And that was such a waste, and they've turned him, like, they took the guy who was the most over guy at WrestleMania. Like, outside of Daniel Bryan, nobody came out of WrestleMania looking better.
No.
And immediately just, what?
Who? Why, sir?
And then they rebranded him the King of Swing. It's like, awesome.
I mean,
And
that's
then
cool.
he stopped doing the swing.
Yeah, he stopped doing the swing, and then they gave him shitty air raid sirens,
when
which
they
have progressively gotten shittier.
Yeah. But when they teased the swing tonight, that was great because it led to the dumbest slingshot into the corner in history, but that was great. It's like you're in a triple threat. Why are you trying to do the swing? You know it's not going to end well, but the way they kept throwing each other into each other and that whole match was fantastic.
Yep.
Even with the nut shot.
I mean, I was gonna like that match regardless, because it's got Dolph Ziggler and it's got Cesaro, and then you got the anchor that is the Miz. But you know, well,
Yeah. And after that, you had I'm sorry, the best Tyson Kidd looking at his phone segment in the history of wrestling.
Yep.
That killed me, 'cause that whole thing is like, yeah, there was a match going on, but that whole thing was about Tyson Kidd fucking staring at his phone, being a jackass.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, I'm sitting here. Oh, she's yelling at me. Time to put on my headphones.
Yeah. Fucking stop. Just honestly stop. Nobody who's watching Raw actually gives a fuck about Total Divas. The people watching Total Divas are only watching Total Divas. Like, stop. Like, stop putting crappy divas on Raw. Put them on fucking Superstars. Put them on the main event. Put them on somewhere where you don't see them, because all you're doing is throwing dirt on the Divas division, which, like, you got AJ and Paige and fucking Naomi and Alicia Fox trying
Alicia Fox has become next level crazy heel. I love it.
Yeah, trying their fucking best to, like, kick and scream out of the fucking grave that's Vince McMahon threw them in like 5 years ago. And now you get this because apparently E is like over the moon with Total Divas because like Virgin Housewives and whoever are watching this shit, and like, and then you got terrible fucking divas like Eva Marie and fucking who the fuck else was out there?
Oh God.
Eva
Well, no,
Marie,
one of them
no,
was. Two of them were good. Layla and
yeah,
Summer Rae can wrestle.
Layla and Summer
Summer
Rae can
Rae was
wrestle.
fucking
Cool.
great.
Natalia can sometimes wrestle. Like when you give her someone to actually wrestle. Like
But in this
fucking
case, they're going against Rosa
mhm.
Mendez, who's been in the WWE for like 10 years and
Why
is
is she still there?
still terrible.
I'm not gonna no. I was gonna make a really sexist joke and I'm gonna stop myself because I'm not that kind of person. But why the fuck is she still there? It's
She's
like
really
it's the same
bad.
as fucking Oksana. Why the fuck is she still there? Like
Oksana got fired.
okay, I didn't know that. I completely forgot about
Yeah,
that.
she got fired after she kicked out Naomi's eye.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
She
You're
was only
right.
there for another like 3 or 4 months.
You're right. You're right. Ah, wow, I completely forgot about that. Hmm.
And that's somebody who is high. I'm kind of sad if the rule of Total Divas stars can't win a title is true because
Mhm.
Naomi is really freaking good.
Mhm. Mhm.
Naomi's really good.
You know,
Summer Rae is really good.
yep.
Freaking. Okay,
Layla's
the
still pretty
twins
good.
have learned to wrestle.
They have learned, yeah, but they have learned to
Nikki
wrestle
Bella
from
suddenly
their,
just became a beast.
yeah, they have learned to wrestle from their respective boyfriends slash husbands. Whereas, okay, now I'm being really dumb because I don't remember which one's which. Bree is married to Daniel
To
Bryan,
Daniel
right?
Bryan, and
Okay,
Nikki is
Bree is
dating
married.
John Cena.
Yeah, Bree is married to Daniel Bryan, so she's better technically at wrestling. She has improved more or less at the actual wrestling stuff, whereas Nikki Bella has now been lifting weights like no one's business.
I thought she would be the weakest part of anything in that triple threat, and she was a beast.
Hmm.
She nailed some badass clotheslines. It hossed it up. It was great.
And the Tower of Doom spot,
Yes.
which they yelled out, and they really need to cut that fucking mic. They need to
Yeah.
cut that. They need to. Why is that camera mic'd? Why are any of the cameras near the ring mic'd? Like, fuck. What do you, especially the hard one, especially the fucking hard camera. Why is that one mic'd?
I
Like, what is Vince McMahon? What the fuck? Why is
I
that
was
one
doing
mic'd?
that with there was a Ziggler Sandow match like 3 or 4 months ago where you could hear them call every single
Everything.
spot.
Yeah. Why are those
Oh wait, no, it was
fucking?
Ziggler Seth Rollins.
Yeah. Why are those like? Why is the gain on those microphones high as fuck? I don't get it. Like I don't get it.
Yeah, it was weird, and there were a bunch of those. Though,
Hmm.
and then I'm trying to remember what match is next. A lot of the other stuff of the night that was great was just 20 minutes of Dean Ambrose being a psychopath,
Hmm.
which is
And the WWE
kind of
ripping
the
off
greatest
Nickelodeon.
thing ever.
The WWE ripped off Nickelodeon. It was funny.
Yeah, but they're getting the humor parts right. Both
Hmm.
this and frickin' Tyson Kidd being out there on his cell phone is just
His cell
le-
phone and his beats and stuff. I'm like,
legitimately legitimate funny stuff, and I am shocked that I spent a good long period of time going, "Holy crap, the WWE just got funny."
hmm.
I'm watching an episode of Raw and I am laughing because I'm supposed to, not because Natalia's farting.
Yep. Or wardrobe malfunctions, or really dumb things King says.
or
Or yeah.
Dolph Ziggler stole your photos and posted them, so let's like, hey, let's make light of this extreme violation of privacy and make a joke about it. Ha ha
Hmm.
ha! It's like,
Yep.
why do you have Ziggler doing that? He's supposed to be the good guy. I'm
Hmm.
now suddenly cheering for Miz.
See, that would never happen. But okay.
I like what the Miz is doing right now. We will fight about this many,
We
many
will,
times
we will fight
because
about
he
a
is
lot of things.
great.
We fight about a lot of things, and I don't like The Miz. I don't like. Don't get me wrong. The Miz, as a performer, you know, he loves what he does, so he puts everything out there. He's just not that good.
The best part of the night was when, at first, it was Triple H talking shit to him,
Hmm.
with the yeah, your direct to DVD crappy movie,
Hmm.
and then during the Sandow getting a good match with Cesaro. Sandow actually getting more than 5 minutes in the ring
Hmm.
was great, but just the oh god, just Miz on commentary was fantastic that whole time because he spent the whole time talking about how great of friends he is with Sandow, but then he also dropped the yeah, I was in a movie. It did a hell of a lot better than the Chaperone. It's like you just nailed him back.
Hmm.
Like that's my favorite thing about the bullshit, the bullshit Triple H just buries and hates everyone stuff. It's like, no, like, he legitimately let them get a shot back in on him. You think that would be in the script if Triple H actually didn't have a good sense of humor?
I mean, he's got to have a good sense of humor at this point because, like, with everything, with all of like the leaks and the shit that gets posted online and all that stuff, he's got to have a good sense of humor because if not, like, he's not gonna the business in and of itself is not gonna thrive because he can't take criticism.
Yeah, but I mean, the whole thing is he's putting together things like I don't understand how he gets away with being a heel when I mean you watch his interviews about NXT and he is the most adorably proud papa that there
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Like he is so proud of all those guys and so like just over the moon with how
Just got
and
better
you can
lighting.
see it like I think he was the one talking into King in their ears during that tag match on Raw with all the NXT guys because
Hmm.
all of a sudden the commentary got good for a match.
Yep.
And God forbid, even tonight the commentary wasn't terrible.
Nope. They still need to get rid of King, but
I think the first person, yeah, King is really bad, especially whenever divas come out. It's like, yeah, that division's not going to be taken seriously as long as he exists.
hmm
But you also have just you know JBL every time he says Ziggler's name, leaving the L
Zigger.
out
Yeah.
is the worst.
hmm And for fuck's sake, I love JBL. I'm a huge JBL mark from way back in the day, and I like when they put him up there, I'm like, hell yeah, dude, this fuck yeah, JBL is coming to like shut the fuck, tell Cole to shut the fuck up, cause god damn it, Michael Cole, you're fucking terrible, and ruining you're ruining Syracuse for me, you asshole. And then JBL just starts making Syracuse jokes, and I'm like, God damn it, JBL! I go to that school. This is bullshit.
Yep. But then again, I mean that was like, oh god, some of the stuff they've been doing lately has just been so bad. But I have to wonder how much of that is Vince talking into their ears.
Hmm.
It's Vince and them talking into their ears because when that NXT match came on, all of a sudden every single one of them was good. Like And tonight you wonder if somebody else was in charge of the mic, behind the scenes, because their commentary wasn't total garbage the whole night.
Yep. I mean, have they fixed that bug with the WWE app where you could hear that shit during the commercials? Have they fixed that bug yet?
I don't know. I can't use the WWE app because I'm on the West Coast.
You can't use it at all?
I can use it if I want to watch Raw 3 hours later and sit through all the commercials.
That's dumb.
But yeah, they time zone lock it. It's like,
Huh.
dude, I've got a fucking satellite dish. Fix that shit. I'm watching it at 5 o'clock at night. I'm not watching it at 8.
Huh.
It's the worst. So like whenever they say, "Hey, we're going over to the WWE app," it's like, "Great! I'm glad I'm missing all that action." You dicks.
Yeah.
I don't even get to participate in stupid polls. Like that's the worst part whenever they do the vote to see what gets in the match, what
In the
match
stupid
is done.
rigged polls.
Yeah, well, they have to be rigged because they time zone lock that.
Mm-hmm.
So when they say 51% and whatever say that, that's
It's
bullshit.
51% of like the East Coast and whatever.
Like I doubt that's the actually even the numbers. I think when you push the button on your phone to vote, it just pre-does whatever numbers they've randomly chosen to put in there
Mm-hmm.
as percentages pop up on everyone's phone
Probably.
because it seems weird. I don't know. The whole thing is I don't know what the hell they're doing with that. The app makes me angry. And you wouldn't like me when well, no, everybody likes me when I'm angry. I'm kind of the best. Okay, let's move on from that. It was up next. I think was Mark Mark Henry and Bo Dallas.
Oh yeah,
Mark Henry losing his shit and going full on Hall of Pain heel again after losing.
My entire problem was that he lost to Bo Dallas.
I
Literally the second most talentless piece of shit in the entire company.
Yeah, that that was yeah.
See, here's the thing. When a corporation makes a mistake, like hiring someone terrible, here's what happens. A month or two comes by, their performance review is fucking awful, and they get a week. They
Yep.
literally get a week. He's like, "You're done, son. You're out. Good luck on your future endeavors." And I hate saying that because I hate John Laryngitis and all his bullshit. But
John Laryngitis.
yeah, I'm never calling him Laurinaitis because that one joke Punk made, and I'm like, "Yep, it's laryngitis. We're good. Cool." But Bo Dallas is fucking worthless. Like, I could go out for a year, me, fucking 25-year-old Puerto Rican kid, I could go out for a year, get jacked as fuck, go train somewhere in like the fucking defunct heart dungeon by myself, and be better than Bo Dallas.
The problem with Bo Dallas is they have
Everything?
no place for him to fit. I loved him in NXT because he was the heel that didn't know he was the heel, and it totally worked.
Right,
Like when
but he
he
still
got
can't
dragged
wrestle.
out at the end when he finally realized everyone hated him, it was brilliant. But you
Right.
bring it over to Raw, and everyone is treating him like a face. They give him a frickin' bulldog as a finisher, which is the worst. And they're trying to get him over as a heel, but it doesn't work at all because he's not doing anything really heelish outside of being boring.
Yeah.
Which is one of the ways to get heat, but he's not getting it because he's boring in the
Boring and a bad
but
wrestler.
but also his character needed to be established, and they didn't do that. They didn't establish him as a guy who is really good, is a total jackass, thinks he's the greatest, but also thinks everyone loves him. He needs to come out and bring fucking cookies to the crowd again. Shit like that was why I loved Bo Dallas.
Or his
Because
really
he was the
bad,
worst.
or his really bad, badly photoshopped vacation trips or
Yeah,
vacation pictures.
like, he was the worst, but he was the best because of it. Like, I loved his NXT character because they took a nobody likes this guy. We're gonna have him
And they
think
gave
that
him the fucking championship.
no, we're going to make everyone hate him even more. And
Literally,
God, they did it so well.
literally the single blemish on that championship is one Bo Dallas. Yeah.
I disagree.
I mean,
Because Bo Dallas
I don't
was
know in the
fucking
future,
great.
but I don't know in the future, but jeez, Bo Dallas. Yeah. See,
But they,
here's the difference between like me and a bunch of other people that like you and I know that are into wrestling. I hate this shit. Like I hate when people are bad. Like what if I want to watch bad people wrestle? I'll go watch ICP wrestling or TNA. I'll watch a
hey,
bad product.
TNA has Ethan Carter the third, so fuck you.
That's one. That's one out of how many of their roster? Yeah, there you go. There you go, Chris. That's one. You got one shining fucking
They
star.
got Robbie E, who's pretty great.
They got okay, whatever. But you know what? You see what I'm saying here. To me, like I hate this because I sound like Vince McMahon when I say this shit. Fuck. Hold on, it's the phone. God damn it.
Oh, it happens. But no, I get what you mean. I mean, you bad wrestlers are they do come in and they get time and they never grow. Some of them never grow, but I Bo Dallas grew the fuck on me thanks to NXT. Whoa.
Yeah, and that's fine. But to me, like, there's a developmental for a fucking reason. It isn't just to develop your character. It's to develop your fucking wrestling skills,
And
right?
and he
And
got much better, but
he
what
got
they
much
did
better,
when
but
they
he's still
brought him
fucking
up is they
terrible.
fucked him up by making him boring on purpose. They give him a bull, as I said, they give him a
Give him a
bulldog as a
bulldog.
finisher. Bulldog is the worst. I'm sorry, he's not Trish Stratus. Trish
Mhm.
Stratus made that thing look good.
Mhm.
Bo Dallas, it looks like weak ass shit, and Bo
Mhm.
Dallas was
Especially when he looks like weak ass shit. Because
uh
when Trish Stratus can make that shit look cool, look like good and like it actually hurts, and like a male wrestler from now who like should be watching this shit from forever and a day ago and is like training his ass off in developmental, which Trish Stratus did not have. You should be able to pull something off like that.
yeah, but like, yeah, he's. I'm really disappointed with how they've used him. Like, he's got a character that I really liked, and when they translated it, instead of trying to get. Like, at first I was like, okay, Daniel Bryan's out here. He's talking shit to Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan's just going to say, Bo, leave. No. Instead, he goes, you're such a boner. It's like, fuck you. Stop. Just say, Bo, leave. And
Yeah,
then the crowd will start getting behind
the Bo
saying, Bo,
leave
leave.
chant. That's
Rather than fucking boner, boner the next week.
Yeah, which is really stupid. Like it's the thing that that like your whole Twitter followers are doing. It's like they're not saying boner, they're saying Bo leave. Bo get
Yeah.
the fuck out. They've been doing it since NXT. The NXT crowd never said boner, they said Bo leave. Bo get the fuck out. We don't want you. You are terrible. You are literally bringing this product down. Get the fuck out.
Yeah. Like he didn't translate well to Raw. Fucking, I mean, none of the stuff they've done recently has translated well to Raw. I mean, they
Nope.
brought up Adam Rose a week after he debuted his new character on
Hmm.
NXT.
Which like. I
I
don't understand. I don't understand.
I love.
His his like African mercenary thing was cool, and they were gonna pit him against Bo Dallas, which would have skyrocketed his ass in NXT because everyone on the planet on NXT fucking hated Bo Dallas. So you have Leo Kruger beat the ever fucking shit out of him. Instant fucking success in NXT. Instant success.
What I'm kind of disappointed in is I would like Adam Rose so much more if once he started losing and once guys started beating him up, he just suddenly shifted and became Leo Kruger.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he's some silly happy guy, and then someone pisses him off enough, and he
Then he
just becomes a
snaps.
psychopath.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he wins, he snaps out of it, and is like back to Bunny.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's another thing that, like, I, I, damn, that bunny can wrestle.
Yeah, because it's Sami Zayn under there. It's fucking
Well,
Sami Zayn
is it
under there.
Sami Zayn?
Everyone's pretty sure it's Sami Zayn under there.
I've heard Sami Zayn, I've heard Justin Gabriel, and I've heard fucking the sexiest gay man on earth.
It's no. Apparently, it's supposed to be like after in like a couple of weeks. It's supposed to be Darren.
I hope not,
It's
because
supposed to be Darren
why
Young,
you'd
but
cover up
then
that beard? Oh
hey,
God,
Sion, control yourself.
no.
1 second. Okay, it's supposed to be Darren Young eventually, but right now because Darren Young is still like in the process of getting like everything sorted out and shit. Like it's Sami Zayn.
I could see that.
Although the Justin Gabriel thing could make sense because they're both from South Africa.
And the way he does those kicks,
Mm-hmm. That's true.
yeah,
That's true.
yeah. I mean that's the thing is that the this is a fun thing for me because I'm sorry, I love Slater Gator, and having them bring out a little Hornswoggle Gator to fight with El Torito
Why do
kind
they
of
still have?
entertained me
Why do they still have small people? Why do they still have small people wrestlers?
because El Torito can fucking go.
Right, but Hornswoggle can't.
Hornswoggle and him put on two damn fine matches. The other guy, I mean, part of that was made by the other guys just throwing themselves through tables over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
But still,
R.I.P. Drew McIntyre. R.I.P.
God, I miss him.
Yeah,
But
me
still, the
too.
whole Slater Gator thing, their entrance video is the greatest thing.
Yeah, I love gimmicks like that. That's why Goldust and Booker T worked really well. That's why the Rock and Sock connection works really well because it's the one serious guy and the fucking idiot.
But
It's why
like
it works in comedy. It's why the idiot and the straight man always works.
yeah, and in this case, it totally works, and it is great. I wish they were winning. I would
Mm-hmm.
totally love to see Slater Gator in the title picture all of a sudden
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because I like both those guys. Titus O'Neil has gotten miles better just in the last year.
I'm still sad the primetime players got broken up. I'm still sad because millions of dollars, millions. That was the greatest thing ever, man. Everyone was behind that shit. Like you had the crowd doing it. When you had the crowd doing like the silliest thing ever, it was just like millions of dollars, millions. Like, come on, man. That was awesome.
It was great. Yeah,
Great. That's
and
great.
both those guys can wrestle now. Like
Mhm.
Titus O'Neil has gotten miles better since the primetime players days.
Mhm.
And Darren Young's always been able to go pretty good,
Mhm.
which is why I'm excited for him to come back, just not as the bunny.
Mhm.
I want Darren Young to come back and just be a badass. Come
You
in,
know what I want? Did you see that video of like his recovery and stuff?
yeah.
I want his new song to have is like a remix of "Ain't No Sunshine When She's Gone." I want that. Like that
Yeah,
should be his new song.
yeah. I mean, that guy is. I am so sad he got injured because he was in prime position for a pretty big push,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
he may have gotten it, but injuries, yay, terrible things.
Things that happen.
It's like right now I'm super excited by Xavier Woods and them having their stable at house shows. I
Mm-hmm.
want them to debut it on TV
Mm-hmm. They
because
almost did.
everyone was going Nation of Domination and they're all like, "No, we're the smart, intelligent,
Athletic friends.
athletic wrestle friends. We're the intelligent, smart, athletic wrestle friends."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which they're also a team.
Mm-hmm.
So they should
Oh,
so
speaking
they
of
should feud
teams,
with Enzo Amore because they're SAWFT soft.
See, I was just about to say we skipped the Enzo Amore part.
Yes, we
The
did.
the Enzo Amore part in NXT. We
Yes, we
skipped that.
did. But this one was kind of forgettable, even though like I
Yeah.
totally can't wait for Carmella to debut
Yeah.
because I totally want her character to just be like Enzo Amore on the mic.
Mm-hmm.
Bada bing, hottest dame in the ring. Just
And you can't teach that.
I
And
love Enzo.
the best part is, he's gonna have to say, "I actually taught that."
Enzo is my favorite.
He's pretty
And that's
great.
why I'm sad he didn't get to wrestle this week. But
Yeah.
next week
Mm-hmm.
he gets to again because yeah. What what's 1 plus 1? 3.14. Cause you ate your pie. It's like what?
Yep.
How you doing? Just God, I want that character to. I want him and Big Cass to get called up, and they get introduced with no fanfare, no videos. Just someday, our favorite Italian, tiny Italian power walker comes out to the ring with his snake hands and just goes, "Hello, I would like to introduce you to my cousins from America." And Enzo and Big Cass come out.
No, 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 no.
Yes,
If we learned anything from Emma and that giant debacle is don't pair anyone with Santino
no.
directly after NXT because you will fuck them.
Here's the difference, though. They turned her into female Santino.
Santino, right.
They need to bring out Enzo and Big Cass and just have them continue being Enzo and
Enzo
Big
and Big
Cass,
Cass.
but they come out with their silly Italian uncle from the mainland who's just, hey, we're here. He wanted to be back on TV. Bada bing, bada boom.
Felix
Hey,
guy's in the
my
room.
uncle's back in the room.
Yeah.
You know, just have Enzo continue to be the mouthpiece because Jesus Christ, that guy can fucking talk.
Yeah.
Like he is my favorite, but just that is because you need comedy wrestlers. You do. Like what? I'm sorry, I loved dumb cosplay Sandow. I wish they did more dumb cosplay, like when he came out dressed as Vince and perfectly had that power walk down.
The fucking bionic walk, dude.
God. And then, but you're not gonna get that, but you can instantly have Big Cass and him can be comedy wrestlers, but at the same time, because you got Big Cass there, you actually have a serious intimidation factor.
And
You know what I'm
you
saying?
can't teach that.
Exactly. So you have him come out with Santino power walking around. I have no idea why I've kept the accent,
I don't know
but
either.
you
I was
can't
about to like
teach that.
I was trying to be like Is my Canadian friend suddenly from New Jersey?
No, but them, I just like Enzo's a good enough talker that you could already bring him up as just a mouthpiece.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also got the kind of way about him where, what's the word I'm thinking of? He's got the way about him with speaking that is, yeah, he's ready for prime time with that. And Big Cass is 7 feet tall. You don't have to wrestle. I mean, look at frickin' the Great Khali.
Mm-hmm. But here's the thing, though. Big Cass actually can do some shit.
He
The Great
can.
Khali ain't got nothing.
Like, Big Cass ain't the best at this point. He's
No.
good, and he's getting better. But man, those guys' characters are primed to take the comedy spot.
Mm-hmm.
As these are these funny guys who are intimidating and scary at the same time. Rather than, Santino was just a joke. Can't take him seriously. I love Santino. I think he's great. Because his entire character was he's dumb, Italian. I loved him when he was a heel. When he's going on Jimmy Kimmel and attacking Jimmy Kimmel's frickin' uncle. It's like, hey, okay, but I'm sad to see him gone completely.
I'm not. But,
Yeah, you have no respect for greatness.
I have no respect for bad in-ring performance. That's just me.
He was great. He
He was
came out,
okay.
he got the shit kicked out of him, and then every once in a while he'd go like that and still get the shit kicked out of him.
Mm-hmm. You know what made me sad the other day? I saw
I love.
saying that was like the Mr. Sacco versus the Cobra was like the best way for Mick Foley to go out. And I'm like, no, Mick,
No.
it wasn't. No, Mick, it just wasn't.
Yeah.
But anyway,
But
let's
I
get
mean,
back to
that's the
Raw.
thing. Yeah, let's get back to Raw. So yeah, Slater Gator lost because of frickin' dumbass sitting on the side again,
Hmm.
and the bunny. The
Yep.
bunny hits more moves.
Also, did did Adam Rose raid the fan experience and steal one of the Godfather's jackets?
Yeah, I was just about to say that was really bad. That
Like,
was incredible.
it's like what like super rich playboy wears a gigantic pimp coat? I
Um,
don't think so.
Clearly him.
Clearly him. Clearly, South African playboys take their cues from pimps.
Yeah, sucking on lollipops and God, at least he's not doing dumb like frickin' spot, product placement anymore. God, that was the worst.
Hmm.
Okay, let's move on from Adam Rose and Slater Gator to okay, I think next was the Nikki coming out and going, "Hey Bree, you have to now suffer the same fate I did and wrestle against two girls who can't."
Yep.
So of course Brie Bella wins.
Yep. Cause
I really kind of think
she
that
can kind of wrestle.
I really kind of think that all that says all it says all you need.
Hmm.
Uh and okay, moving on.
Was it me? Like this Raw had more Divas matches.
It
I'm
had
gonna stop.
two.
I'm gonna stop. No, they had three.
What
Because
was the third?
it was the Total Divas match. Then it was
Yeah.
the Bella whatever, and then it was Paige Paige sicking Alicia Fox on Money.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Wow, they actually did. And you
Yeah,
actually had two, well, one solid match and one really good Tyson Kidd segment.
yeah,
Yeah, you're. Oh, wow.
yeah. There were three women's matches in this one because I'm tired of calling them divas.
I thought that, like, I was totally hoping that when Paige won the title from
That
AJ
fucking
that
title
first
was gonna
time,
change.
the
Yeah.
first thing she did was throw it in the trash and come back with the women's championship. Because she's the anti diva.
Mhm.
Like, she is, yeah, she's the. I'm not a diva, I'm a wrestler.
Mhm.
And she's damn good at it, too. Her new
Mhm.
finisher, which
Is much
actually.
better than the page turner.
Yeah, which actually
Better.
looks like it kills someone,
Mhm.
is fantastic.
Mhm.
And just I am so sad because that she lost the title almost immediately again after
Mhm.
she won it back, because I thought the whole point of her losing it to AJ in a surprise match was, revenge for the beginning. But then she went and won it back almost immediately from AJ with her new
Mhm.
finisher. I thought the entire point of that was to finally actually solidify her as a badass champion.
Mhm.
And then
I
she
think it's
promptly loses it again
yeah.
at the next pay per view.
I think it's more of like this weird storyline where it's like a competition between the both of them as to who is better, which I understand because AJ and Paige are pretty much on the same level as like talent wise. They're both really good. So
I'd go so far as to say Paige is really really good.
yeah.
Like, and AJ is really good, but Paige has that extra really in there.
Mhm.
Cause God, she can go.
Which is also one of the weirdest things about this whole angle is they have now inserted Alicia Fox in there. So you got AJ crazy, which is like lovable crazy. Then you got Paige crazy, which is like she will rip your fucking head off crazy. And then there's unstable crazy, which is Alicia Fox,
With her sodas.
which are
Her
with her
getting
sodas.
soda from under the ring.
And doing nothing with them. That was really funny.
That, oh
Did
God.
absolutely nothing with them.
Uh, okay. The best part of Raw. I'm sorry, you could have had 100 frickin' Bull Dempsey matches, and I still would have considered it the best Raw ever.
Hmm.
With those Luke Harper promo videos,
Those were pretty great.
they
Those were
are
pretty good.
prepping him for a push.
They were pretty
I
great.
am I am betting he is going to come out, kick Sheamus in the head harder than Sheamus can kick anyone in the head, and frickin' take the U.S. title at least.
I'm really sad that fucking Bray Wyatt hasn't been used right. Cause like,
I'm
hey,
kind of
look,
glad they've
creepy
taken him off
motherfucker.
TV. I'm
Like
kind of
that
glad
shit
that
was.
he's gone off TV for a couple of weeks, because for you had months on end of him feuding with guys that it kind of ruined him a little
And then
bit.
losing. Like that's really dumb.
Well, not just losing, but like I mean, okay, he destroyed Jericho a bunch of times, but winning a cage match by escaping the cage? The
Hmm.
entire point of a cage match is you're trapped in the cage with a guy and you can win by pinfall.
Hmm.
Why didn't he
Although to be fair, that was a really interesting way to escape a cage. It's like, hey, look, Demon Kid. What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the like that was weird. They're selling weird fucking characters.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really confused, and I'm kind of glad he's been off TV for a couple of weeks, because when he comes back, the mystique will be back, especially if they keep doing these promo videos, which are creepy as fuck. Like ending with Luke Harper with his
Hmm.
and crazy eyes.
Yep.
Like Luke Harper is scarier than Bray Wyatt ever was.
Luke Harper's always been scarier. That's just because he's imposing. Like Luke Harper's fucking like super fucking scary, but It's more of like Bray Wyatt was the mastermind. He was like keeping two really big motherfuckers who were insane in check, and now he's like, you know what? One of them's gonna go away. One of them's gonna be like, click, leash gone. See ya.
And
Leash. Like one of them's off leash, and you're all fucked. Like you are all
uh,
super fucked.
that's what I hope is Luke Harper just runs in and starts just destroying people. And I'm not talking just comes in and starts taking out the authority and everyone. The
Just
good
start.
guys, the bad guys. Suddenly he's in every title picture because he came out and kicked Ziggler in the face, and then kicked Cesaro in the face, and then kicked Sheamus in the face.
hmm
Just, I am excited to see what they do with him back, because those promo videos were pretty incredible
Yep.
at making him look like the scariest motherfucker in the room, which he has been
hmm
for months.
hmm
And I'm tired of, and it eliminates the they're the guys the Usos beat.
hmm
They're the guys every tag team beat. I'm surprised the Matadors didn't beat them during that time.
Yeah.
Surprised Slater Gator didn't debut by going over them.
Yep.
But like really, they were losing everything, and it was just like, you guys are kinda killing this. Which I'm pretty sure they realized, and that's why they took him off TV for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And God, the WWE can do some promo videos.
Yeah.
God,
That's
they
one of their
made Bo
saving
Dallas look
graces,
like
man.
the coolest thing ever.
That's one of their saving graces, man. They can cut vignettes like no one's fucking business.
And those ones were pretty darn good. Let's move on
hmm
to what Big Show and Rusev, which really entertained me when
Yes,
the
because
Big
it's
Show
the
can
Big Show.
talk.
Yeah, and here's what I always say. Like, stop making the Big Show a heel. At this point, it doesn't work because everyone likes the Big Show when he's just like, "Hey, I'm the Big Show. I'm big as fuck, but I'm gonna have some fun out here
I'm a
because I'm
really
the Big
likable
Show."
guy.
Yeah, because
I can
I'm the
talk
Big
and make
Show.
funny jokes.
Because I'm the Big Show.
Although his jokes weren't that funny, but at the same
No,
time,
but his delivery is.
When
His
Rusev
delivery.
comes out and says, "I'm going to tear your dick off," I'm
Yeah.
scared of Rusev.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Rusev losing his shit made me happy because hey, it's actually Rusev talking rather than just Lana.
Rather than just the legs, yeah. And
And
is it me? Is it me? Or are those like I know that the skirts have been slightly like at the same medium of length, but I think that fucking slit is getting longer.
yeah, it's really it's they know what Lana is.
hmm
Uh,
Also, one of the main criticisms I have about that whole thing is when they like zoom in on her when she says Rusev crush. I'm like, say it in Russian. Why are you not saying it in Russian? That breaks the entirety of the whole gimmick.
Probably because I doubt she actually knows how to speak Russian.
Apparently, no. Apparently,
Oh,
everything she says is correct. Uh, our wrestle or whatever the fuck. People actually have translated it, and it is shit that she's actually saying.
good. Good.
So,
That actually like, hey, they are living the character, and that is great.
I
But I
mean,
mean,
I understand people's concern because faking Russian accent is not that fucking hard. But, you know.
yeah, and they're great. I'm sorry.
hmm
Rusev, I also really like this feud because it shows that Rusev is actually not that big of a dude. He's just built like a fucking tank.
hmm
Like he is not a tall guy, but good God, he's yeah, like he is just a giant slab of meat.
hmm Also, this is kind of like reverse baby facing someone because look at this. it's like here's Rusev's whole story. Like, sure, he's like his mouthpiece is the one doing all the like anti-American shit, but Rusev's just a guy beating the shit out of people, right?
Yeah.
And then everyone else who's going up against him is just spouting this whole like anti what the fuck is it, like xenoistic, like fucking
Xenophobic,
xenophobic,
gross.
thank you, xenophobic approach to everything, and like this whole Cold War Russia stuff. And it's like, okay, so this one guy pretty much basically by himself, because the legs are there but they ain't doing nothing other than the last time when I think she pulled like a ref or something, or she pulled the
Yep.
Big Show. She pulled the Big Show, right? Um, which is like the first time she's interfered in something, I think.
Yeah.
So basically, it's
I,
just
I
one
think she
dude,
slapped Zeb.
right? But whatever, it's Zeb Coulter. Basically, one dude taking on bunch of xenophobic people. Like that's a story of a babyface in some other fucking places. You
Yeah.
know, it's weird. It's weird. It's good booking. It's weird.
Well, no, it's not good booking
Well,
because
right, yeah.
99% of the guys he's beat up have been black guys, and that's
Oh
why I
yeah,
totally like the
yeah.
only way to really end this feud properly is to have Big E come back and with the support of his wrestle friends finally get over the hump.
Yeah, they ain't gonna happen. I'm pretty sure the Big Show's gonna beat him.
No, it's going to be
No?
John Cena.
Juan Cena. Motherfucking Juan Cena.
It's going to be John because, he's finally going to get so mad and then he's gonna go, "You can't see me," and the guys,
And
Rusev's gonna be
America,
like,
kapow!
"Where'd he go? Where'd he go?" And then he's gonna AA him four
What is
times.
this American witchcraft? Where'd you go? All you did was wave your hands in front of me.
I can't see him anymore. Where'd he go? Yeah. Oh God, it's like I'm scared of where that thing's gonna go because honestly, I thought Mark Henry was going to end it because I thought
Yeah.
it has to be a black guy that ends this because all he's beaten up is black guys and Mexicans
Mm-hmm.
and and
Oh,
Zack
actually,
Ryder
and French people. But that was in NXT.
and Zack Ryder.
Right.
He beat
So
up Zack
Italians.
Ryder twice, and
Right.
and and then you had Swagger come in. And I didn't think Swagger would win because he was white, and it has to be a black guy that finally ends this.
It's also Jack Swagger. So I don't know.
I really like Jack Swagger.
I was just doing the edge spot.
Uh,
Swagger.
yes, I miss Edge. I really do.
He's on Haven though.
Yeah, and that's a good
You want?
show. Surprisingly good.
Yeah. You want to watch? You want to watch Edge on TV? Hey, sci-fi. Cool.
Yep. And then, okay, and then you have Ambrose and John Cena starting to starting to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Of
Starting to annoy
course,
the
there,
crap out of each
which
other.
was funny. That the first promo with them, John Cena cutting a promo about how he's gonna beat the shit out of, and then Ambrose just walks
Ambrose
up
just
behind him.
wandering in. Yeah.
Get away from my food. Just that
Just
shit
wandering.
was you don't eat from another man's table.
Yep.
Uh, I just love that they're going to have a feud, which is my favorite John Cena feud. You know why? Because there's no way he can win. Dean Ambrose has to win it if the rumored they're going to fight to see who gets to face Seth Rollins in a cell.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way Ambrose isn't winning that.
See, I would be inclined to agree with you, but once again, this is Juan Cena we're talking about,
This is John
and this is the
Cena who got
WWE.
suplexed 18 times and the hell beat out of him by Brock Lesnar.
And this is Juan Cena who literally a month later
AA'd
almost
him
beat
4 times.
Brock Lesnar. Which, if you were writing a good fucking booking, this would have happened like 3 months later, when John Cena has been like training and had the shirtless montages going and all that nonsense.
Yeah.
But because it's the WWE and you got to do another pay-per-view in 4 weeks, and you haven't booked anyone else against Brock Lesnar because no one wants to fight him because Brock Lesnar's terrible.
Brock Lesnar is
Brock
fucking
Lesnar.
incredible.
Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar is great. I'm sorry, the way he fucking sold Seth Rollins' curb stomp, he looked like Dolph Ziggler.
And then he got the fuck back up and F5 John Cena
Yeah,
without
after
like.
like 2 minutes.
hmm Also, Jesus fucking Christ, I hate that finish. Like, if you're going to, I hated it. I hated it when they did it like a while back when it was. I've hated
Sandow.
when it was Sandow. I liked it when it was Del Rio because I couldn't fucking stand Del Rio, and putting and having a belt near Del Rio is even worse to me than having a belt near Randy Orton.
I loved Alberto Del Rio when he was a
Jesus
face.
Christ, Zion.
For the
Okay,
3 months where he was a face, he was
that
great.
worked.
Coming out
That
and
worked.
having big Mexican parties,
That worked. That worked.
he
That
was
worked.
so much better as a face,
What
but
they
then they
could have done?
immediately turned him
You know what
heel again.
they know what they should have done? They should have had that whole thing where Del Rio and the other guy,
Ricardo
and
Rodriguez,
Ricardo Rodriguez would in
El
secret,
Local.
yeah, would in secret and in masks come out and beat the crap out of like heels and stuff when they were like doing something wrong or something. Like, they would be like the Batman and Robin of like the Mexican Batman and
They
Robin
would have been
of the
Mira
WWE.
Mascaras. They would have come
Yeah,
out in masks and just had a
yeah,
different mask every
and then
month.
everyone would be like, "Is that Del Rio and fucking Ricardo?" Like, we gotta get to the bottom of this. And then some heel would like figure it out like 6 months later or some shit like that, you know? And it's like, all right, yeah, okay, we're fucking like the Dos Mascaras people, like whatever. But no, they're like, fuck it, kick Ziggler in the head a bunch of times, whatever.
Yeah, the use of Del Rio, he was the best when he was a face, and they let him be a face for like 3 months, and then he kicked the shit out of Santa.
hmm
And it was like, why did you just do that?
I don't
He
know.
was so good.
I don't know. It's dumb, but I mean, I didn't like Del Rio because I didn't like the cross arm breaker is not a good finisher in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ, it's not a good finisher. But again, we're swerving away from the topic. Let's go back.
Yeah. Like, it's. I guess it's time to move on to that main event,
hmm
which I
Oh,
liked.
actually, hold on. Wait, I was talking about this. Okay, real quick, going back to that. Here's my problem with giving someone the money in the bank contract, having them cash it in, and then someone else, mainly one Juan Cena, fuck it up. That is bullshit. That is complete and utter horseshit. Don't
It
give us
needed to be
the
Dean Ambrose that came out and did that.
exactly. Either way, I would have been pissed. Because don't give us the expectation of, like, hey, almost everyone who's cashed this in has fucking won. Because it's
Except
only
for
happened, like,
Sandow.
except for Sandow. Because that was fucking stupid. And that was also the fault of one Juan Cena. So, like, motherfucker. And the fucking apple juice. And fuck that. And the weird towel that says never. God damn it. Anyway.
The way that match should have
Hate
gone was
that.
John Cena should have had the shit kicked out of him, and then he should have tapped out to the Kimura lock, so he gave up. It
Mm-hmm.
should have been another month of pure domination.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And this time, even worse,
But the thing
where
is,
he gives up.
they can't. I mean, rumor has it they can't afford Brock Lesnar. So, or they can't afford having Brock Lesnar show up every week. So they got to do other things. That's the rumor. But here's the thing. If you can't afford to have a talent show up on television every week, and he is your champion, why the fuck is he your champion?
Because a
Your
scary motherfucker
highest belt,
is your champion.
your highest fucking like accolade in the entirety of the company is not on television every week.
Tons of people are still more interested in your pay-per-views, and you are more interested in getting people to buy your network and buy your pay-per-views than you are getting them to watch Raw.
Mm-hmm.
Pay-per-view is more important than Raw.
Then here's the thing. If you want to sell the network, you don't sell it on total fucking divas and half-assed pay-per-views with half-assed finishes.
I did that pay-per-view was fucking great until the end.
It was a decent pay-per-view, and then there was no finish. And then there was, throughout the entire night, one Michael Cole, the worst thing to ever come out of the Syracuse University fucking Newhouse School of Broadcast and Journalism, motherfucker, kept calling people who were watching it on pay-per-view stupid.
That bugged the crap out of me.
50 some odd dollars. I concur that you're fucking dumb at this point if you don't have the network because NXT is on it. And NXT is the best fucking thing right now. Like, if you put NXT on television, TNA would go out of business in 2 minutes. Literally 2 minutes. Because a 1 hour show is better than wait, is TNA only 1 hour or 2?
2.
Then their 2 hour shill. Then their 2 hour fuck.
Well, I say fucking replace SmackDown.
Then their 2 hour version of the new 52.
Of the new. That was a good joke.
Thank you.
It's
so
boring. They're trying to add in violence from the 90s by bringing in all the ECW guys, and
there's Taz on commentary.
It's regularly sexist as hell.
And there's Taz on commentary.
Taz is. You know what?
And you know what?
For Michael Cole, because he's not Taz.
Taz, yeah. But when you're thanking God someone for not being someone else, there's something wrong there.
Yeah.
And you know what hurts me the most? TNA's women talent is really fucking good.
Oh my god, Jessica fucking Havoc just debuted.
Why? Like, seriously, why would you go to TNA?
Because the other option is the WWE, where you're not taken seriously.
Yeah, I was about to say, TNA does let them wrestle. I have watched some TNA matches, some TNA women's matches that are fucking good.
Yeah.
Holy
I mean, they had fucking cage matches and shit.
Yeah,
it's... I mean, that's the thing.
It is a travesty. It's
TNA
a fucking travesty.
is not the worst. It's not the best.
No.
But there's much worse.
Oh, there's much worse.
Going back and watching any of the ECW shows when it was on TV.
But here's the thing. When you only have TNA to be compared to, well, technically, because nobody gives a fuck about the ICP wrestling or, and Ring of Honor doesn't actually do television.
I wish they did. Ring of Honor, fucking Chikara. I love
Chikara. Motherfucking Chikara. Man,
Chikara with their, hey, we
so
actually are
weird.
fucking comic books.
Yeah, Chikara is so fucking weird.
Hey, we're a bunch of ice cream men fighting ants.
That is the greatest gimmick in forever. The ice cream dudes. Yeah, the ice cream dudes.
Oh, the ice creams is great.
The ice cream guys versus the ant colony. That is the greatest thing ever.
Well, and now there's two colonies: the good ants and the bad ants. which the good ants are just like red, green, white ant, and then the others are like missile fire and shit.
Yeah.
And it's so great. Chikara is great. Frickin' PWG, some of the stuff they're putting on.
Mhm.
If
Mhm.
you've never watched Candice LeRae just beat the fuck out of dudes, that girl can wrestle like crazy.
Mhm.
How she
Mhm.
doesn't have a WWE contract?
Because they, who was it that they hired to be a trainer? Who was it that
Sarah Del
WWE?
Rey.
Yeah, they hired Sarah Del Rey to be a Divas trainer. Where has that been? Like, where has Sarah Del Rey's like ridiculous beat the fuck out of you style been?
Have you watched NXT?
Besides
Man,
NXT.
Charlotte is
Besides
suddenly
NXT.
like went from being a garbage wrestler to a matter of months suddenly being incredible.
Yeah, but besides NXT, where is Sarah Del Rey's training? Fucking nowhere to be seen. Because the rest of the Divas division is not paying attention to anything she says.
Yeah,
Most likely.
but she's drastically improved it still. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Paige being up there,
Mm-hmm.
freaking
I mean, age it
like
didn't even help.
I have to think that has something to do with Nikki and
It has
Nikki and
something to
Brie
do.
suddenly like they're actually good in the ring.
I mean, it
Like
has something to do with it.
like
But you gotta, at least for Brie, what isn't it like fucking Danny O'Brien was like, all right, we're gonna come in like 2 hours early and we're gonna practice doing things
yeah.
because you need to actually do things. You can't just be a pretty face. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of that is just, hey, we're doing this for Total Divas.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, I would not doubt if, hey, I actually like this wrestling stuff. I'm gonna actually really put my all into it. And
Mm-hmm.
all of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden, it's crazy how over Brie is though. Like she gets an incredible pop.
She can start the yes chance by herself.
Yeah, I mean, she is. It's not just that. I mean, she comes out to her terrible, terrible music.
Jesus Christ, it's bad music. Yeah. And
Oh
it's pretty
God.
bad. I mean, it's not as bad as, but
All right, we got to wrap this up. So let's move on to the main event.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was a fun match. Just the way they put it together with John Cena being the face in peril the whole match.
Mm-hmm.
Like he got the shit kicked out of him for a
Mm-hmm.
good 8-10 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and then tagged in Dean Ambrose coming in like a house on fire.
Mm-hmm. Who is, for all intents and purposes, being billed as a lunatic, a
And it's
gigantic fucking crazy man. And you know what? This goes back to like the Shield days, where I laughed my ass off when Seth Rollins was the one billed as the calm one. Seth fucking Rollins was the one billed as the one who is like neutral, not neutral, but like keeping Roman
keeping it all
Reigns'
together.
Roman Reigns' rage in check and Dean Ambrose's straight up crazy in check. That was hilarious to me because anyone who's seen Seth Rollins in NXT is like, no, they're like
They just
both of
switched
them.
roles.
Both of them are like, both of them are insane. Like both of them are insane.
Well, that's what I love is Seth Rollins is so good at being a shitty little piss baby, and Dean Ambrose is just like his facial expressions and his acting. Like even his wrestling, the way he does those little like jumps into you like a cat with his punches
Mhm.
is the best.
Mhm.
It's like that really entertained me. I was like there was a match with him and a couple other guys against the Dust and I forget who it was. But I was like, my God, it's the cats fighting each other. Because
Yep.
Like Cody Rhodes now is like constantly meowing,
Yeah, that's
and
really
it's
weird.
incredible.
That's really weird, which is working.
Like he has so owned this role. I wish he was still a face. I don't like their like they don't really work as heels because it's
No.
too goofy to be evil. But at the same time, he's started to finally own the heel wrestling roles
Hmm.
that I've really enjoyed that shit. I don't know, but that final match also made me happy that it ended with the two faces not getting along, like not working together in the end. They're fighting each other over who gets to beat the shit out of Seth Rollins, leads to both of them getting RKO'd and the shit kicked out of them.
Hmm.
Good.
By Kane and Slacks.
Yes. I love Kane in slacks.
Kane
I
and
just wish
Slacks.
he'd keep the tie on so he just
I
looked
wish
like
you,
a male stripper.
I wish you keep the shirt on. Jeez.
uh,
Although
but
for a guy his age, Kane does look pretty good.
yeah, I'm glad he went back to corporate Kane because the Demon Kane was the dumbest shit. It was the worst.
Hmm.
And now corporate Kane is back, but they're still using him in the exact same way.
Hmm.
It's like, no, let him go back to just being corporate Kane. He comes out and wrestles every once in a while, but he's mostly just a backstage. Because you still have him in the same demon role. What the
Hmm.
fuck's the difference between
He,
now and a month ago when he wore a mask?
he took the singlet off, pretty much.
He still talks exactly the same. He just it's stop
Hmm.
using him as the Demon Kane in slacks because
Hmm.
that's all he is. There's no fucking difference.
Hmm. It was a lot better when he was like, when like the talent was coming up to him and he was like just being condescending and like ridiculous to them. That was
Yeah.
much better.
If you're gonna go back to the Demon Kane, have it be Team Hell No Demon Kane. Now, nothing bugged me more than, hey, I'm feuding with Daniel Bryan, my former partner, but no reference to the fact that we used to be a tag team.
Hmm.
It's not actually a blow up over our, it's not actually a blow off over our former tag team feud, but nope, nope, it's just, I'm the demon.
Hmm.
Yeah, I couldn't stand that. And that's going to be it for today. We'll be back next week. Next week, we're going to be joined by a guest because I am introducing her to professional wrestling.
Oh Jesus, we're getting a newbie?
I am getting someone complete. I have totally sold her just by showing videos of Enzo Amore. And
Yeah.
Enzo sold her in one way, but also I showed her the main event from 2 weeks ago with Dean Ambrose saying, "I'm not Houdini."
Hmm.
Doing that, that those were the best. So I'm getting her to watch NXT. All 5 weeks of it since Takeover
Ooh.
2 Electric Boogaloo. And
That
we're
was
going to
it was
talk to her
it was
about,
Takeover Fatal Four Way. That's what it
yeah,
was, the
Takeover
subtext.
2 Fatal 4-Way. They should have done that for Takeover 4.
So it's Takeover 8. Because
Yes.
2 by 4, yeah, yeah.
No, 2x4 is 3.14.
4.
Yeah,
Cause
you
yeah, you're
pie.
pie. How you doing?
Yeah. What kind of pie, Cass? God,
Man.
Enzo is the best, but yeah, I literally sold her on wrestling with Enzo Amore and Big Cass.
I
And
want to go back and watch like the not the first time, but like the second or third time they started doing the like
how you
the
doing?
how you doing, and then you can't teach that because I want to know, I want to remember that.
They were so bad when they first started doing it, but God, they like you could tell like the first time they did it that they weren't really into it, but now that
Hmm.
they've owned it. And this week's Raw, it says the same thing. The best wrestling is the best when it acknowledges that it's fucking ridiculous. Raw
Yeah.
was ridiculous. NXT is regularly completely ridiculous.
Hmm.
I mean, one of their best characters is fucking Zoolander.
Yep.
Is
Pretty much.
Wrestle Zoolander.
It's Wrestle Zoolander, and I fucking hated Wrestle Zoolander at first. And I'm like, nope, this is working. This
Like
is
when he
actually
came
working.
out, when he broke his hand and he came out, I broke my hand in in a hand modeling incident, so I'm not gonna use my title shot yet.
Hmm. Hmm.
It was the best.
Some pretty great stuff, yeah.
He's the greatest. All right, have a good night. Enjoy, everyone. We'll be back next week with a newbie.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you'll find out what she thinks of wrestling, and we'll probably be a bit more, what's the word? More brief. We'll have our feet under us a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Enjoy the nights.
See you next